Alrighty then, tomorrow it begins. I am defrosting our last harvest of tomatoes, and I have put a little Coke bottle for scale, and then we will run these through our Victorio food mill with tomato and can tomato sauce. Alrighty then, it is a fixin' to come down in this kitchen, and Vern is across the big bridge, and we are going to process our own tomatoes for tomato sauce. This is going to be a big hot mess, but it is a very exciting time of year processing your own tomatoes. And I showed you that bucket was full of frozen tomatoes. So of course they've defrosted. I'll be putting them inside my Victorio and cranking that around. I'll then move those to the stove, and I'll show you that. This is not difficult to do. It is simply difficult to video. Okay? It's a hot mess. It is. Let's go. We're on our own. And I'm keeping it gangsta, okay, because it's going to get warm. So my tomatoes that are in freezer bags will go into here. I will crank the handle. The pulp, skin, seeds, discards will go here. My sauce will go there. It ain't hard. It's just a whole lot of bowls and a whole big mess. Woo, 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 woo. You can also reverse it in case you think things are stuck in there. It's difficult to push. Ain't exactly rocket science. Going backwards again. There we go. Go backwards again. See if I can give you a close-up view of what's happening. And tell me that is not a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I did not get as much as I would like, so I am just going to put these on low, not separating out the thicker sauce from the juice, and cook this down some, and then tomorrow I'll get to canning it. But first, I get to do my cleanup. Everything's red. It's glorious. Big hot mess. Goodness gracious. Alrighty then, it's time to can our tomato sauce. And I've got my little cheat sheet. I have to put 1 tablespoon of bottled lemon juice in my jar because that is a known pH. I cannot use like fresh squeezed lemon. So this is not going to be difficult. It is get one of my jars out. I'm getting them warm in the water bath. Just be careful when you are pouring the water out. And we need 1/2 inch headspace. So first thing I'm going to do is put my lemon juice so I do not forget. So not hard. So now let's put on our little funnel and get this hot liquid into a hot jar. There won't be that many pints, but this is my second run. These I had frozen, and we had the worst summer. My goodness. We were in a drought, but we had plenty of our own rainwater stored. And so we were able to manually water it, all our tomato plants. But the issue was that then we got incredible rains. It was mind-blowing. I mean, 2 weeks of solid rain, so I lost some to blossom end rot, but you know, stuff happens. We got our lemon juice, we've pokey-joed. Now, we want to wipe our edge with some vinegar, and you can have siphoning. These things happen. We just don't want anything between our lid and the rim of this jar. Let's get our magic wand. I do the limp wrist, as most of you know. Well, this jar's too hot. I have to put on my UV glove. I do the limp wrist, fingertip tight. I'm telling you, I prefer a pressure cannon. Let's get ourselves another jar. Carefully, gently. Ain't nobody need to burn themselves. Let's do another tablespoon of lemon juice. Bottled lemon juice. Get our funnel back on and ladle some hot sauce into a hot jar. If you tried to do hot sauce into a cold jar, you'll probably crack your jar. So it would be thermal shock. It would be scared. And if you do not have this sitting in a bowl when that happens, that will roll over on your toes and hurt bad. Now this is mind-blowing because I actually had enough for a 6 pint. But there was a little overfilling. So let me get a spoon, but I do not want to etch my jar. There we go, 1/2 inch. I love when a plan comes together. That was sheer luck. Just chance. Because literally, look, it's hardly anything. It's not even an ice cube left. We've wiped it. We've got our, always do an extra lid, just in case something joyous like this happens. Where's my ring? Right where I left it. Okay, now, let's make sure we have room. We do. Get this last one in here. And be very careful setting it down because you can have splash up on you hot water, and that ain't good. That's gonna hurt. Listen to this beast. I prefer to water bath outside on my Camp Chef Explorer that's lifted up on legs, but it's raining, so I've got to have my fan on number 2, my vent hood, and it is so noisy. Goodness gracious. Gonna be worth it. So when people ask, how will I know that it's a big rolling boil? You hear it. Turn my fan off. That's a rolling boil. It's getting it on in there. Alrighty, my time was up. I let mine sit in a water bath for 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna carefully remove this lid and take my jars out. Oh, so far so good. And here they are the next day after I have washed them down, and I've got them sitting here to dry, and that is 6 pints of a glorious red. We grew it, we harvested it, we processed it, tomato sauce. Oh yeah, I love to can.